Yes, people, it is that day that falls between Wednesday and Friday that will be forever known as GeForce Now Thursday. Welcome to the show. Bandai and GeForce Now, a blossoming relationship. Stream natively in 4K, straight to your LG TV. No dingles, dongles, dangles. Straight, thanks to the GeForce Now app on LG TVs. Awesome stuff. Have you played Cyberpunk? If you are lucky enough to be a GeForce Now Ultimate member, have you played Cyberpunk with its full-on Overdrive mode? I have. We'll be talking about that, plus the 7 games this week coming to GeForce Now, and all of that. So much to talk about. So glad to see you here. Let's roll the titles. Yokoso, yokoso, yokoso. Arigato. Yes, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the GeForce Now Thursday Chat, the one, the only, most informative, lively, weekly GeForce Now podcast. Do I not entertain you? Are you not entertained, people? Yeah, I know you are. Why not entertain everybody else? Gather them forth. Yes, gather forth the people, my merry people, and let us celebrate and chat all things GeForce Now on a Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're good. I hope you are well, of course. I took one of my caffeine gummies earlier. I think it's given me a high. Like, considering it's 10, I'm buzzing. Can't you tell? I'm absolutely buzzing. Anyway, as ever, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the formalities. If you could hit those likes, because it helps, I like it. YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find amazing, awesome content like this. And they do find it, eventually. And if you are new here, arigato gozaimasu, why don't you hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell, because you might have forgot. In fact, if you're watching, and you watch on a regular basis, are you actually subscribed? Yeah? I'm not going to give you anything for subscribing. Yeah, you don't win anything or anything like that. No, you subscribe because you want to. Yeah, just do it. Be lovely. Thank you. It's appreciated. Anyway, formalities out the way, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, let us know as ever what games you've been playing. Put it in the chat. I'm always interested to hear what you people have been playing. It always interests me. Have you seen the GeForce Now news? Of course, we will have the GeForce Now news in full and depth. We will be going to the news studio a little later and brushing up on all the GeForce Now news this week, of course. And then we should be discussing it in depth, hopefully with you guys joining in, asking questions, making observations, adding stuff that I don't know about, and filling in all the gaps and all of that as ever. That's what the show's about, yeah? As I always say on these shows, it is the GeForce Now Thursday Chat. I don't have lots of other people here to chat around me. No. I fly solo, baby, and that's why I need you guys to join in. That's the way it works, yeah? And I appreciate it. I appreciate those here who are live and join in with the chat. Games I've been playing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the big one, Ghostwire Tokyo. I was looking forward to playing that game, and yeah, I'm not disappointed, actually. It's a lot of fun. I quite like the gameplay in it. So I played it via the cloud, albeit on Xbox, just to try it out before I commit. That is the benefit of xCloud, I guess. So before I sort of commit and decide where I want to play it, probably, since it's on Game Pass, I will probably download it onto my Xbox Series X and play it there. But yeah, definitely having a lot of fun with that. Have you, I don't know if you've got Xbox Game Pass. Have you played it and all of that, or you've got it on GeForce Now? Let me know down in the chat. But of course, the big thing this week, Cyberpunk Overdrive mode landed. And I was very kindly gifted by somebody in the house tonight, last week, because I was talking about that they were encouraging me to buy the game because I'd already had it on Stadia. I haven't finished it on Stadia. Too late now. I got sort of stuck at a boss level. But I kind of was curious. I was sort of wanted to play it with the new Overdrive mode. I wanted to check it out. And thanks to the kindness of those in chat who gave me some money to go and get it, I got it in the sale on Epic Games Store. I think it was in the sale there. And, oh, man, it's not just... I'll come to the Overdrive mode bit in a minute later. It's not just that. It's the fact that, like, when the game played, I mean, look, we all know it had a sort of a bad launch, and we were sort of lucky on Stadia because we got a pretty good version of the launch version. And so we had a pretty good experience of Cyberpunk compared to everybody else who were like, oh my God, this is terrible, awful. It doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. But actually, since then, the developers, CD Projekt Red, have put so much work into that game, improving it, fixing things. And now, with added Overdrive mode, I mean, to play it, full path tracing, ladies and gentlemen, yeah? Not ray tracing, not just ray tracing, full ray tracing, path tracing, the stuff they use in films and TV movie special effects, in beautiful 4K glory. Plus all the amendments and sort of improvements they've made to the, what do they say, of life improvements in the game and all of that. I think it's the game we dreamt it might have been, or the game that people thought it would be. It's a game of epic scale. It's a game of... It's a populated game. The NPCs feel like they belong in I was going to say Mega City. In Night City. That's Mega City's Judge Dredd. In Night City. Yeah, they feel they belong there. It feels a populated world. I mean, it was never not populated, but just the added realism and detail and the way that they move around, it just feels like a populated world. The city feels like an actual, real, living, breathing city. And of course, you've got this great story, and now in beautiful, beautiful full ray tracing effect. And I tell you what, this really, really highlights the power of GeForce Now Ultimate Tier. Because let's be honest, not many people have got a 40 series GPU, graphics card, have they? Realistically speaking. So, in terms of the PC master race, only those elite few can get to experience it in its full glory. And even then, your system's got to be packing some. But GeForce Now Ultimate, yeah, potato or not, yeah, laptop, Chromebook, whatever it is, beautiful, beautiful. And I've been playing it on my PC via GeForce Now Ultimate. In fact, I did a whole record. I'll tell you how good the game is anyway. I filmed, as soon as the Overdrive mode came out, I filmed a whole load of footage. Like, I was going to showcase it. And then I stopped and I edited it all. I went back. So I downloaded all that. I filmed. I edited it all. I put it into a video. I even published the video very briefly over on Lord Kensal channel. And then I went back to the game. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. I wasn't even sure I'd changed the settings. But the game looked really good. But that was just with plain ray tracing. And it looked amazing. And then I had to scrap the video. Well, I didn't scrap it. I made it private because I just thought, oh my God, I can't say, oh, isn't full ray tracing amazing? And I hadn't even noticed it was just ray tracing. So I had to do it all again. And I did do a live stream, or Lord Kensal did a live stream. If you've not checked it out, he does a live stream, and he made sure that the graphics are all set. And of course, the beauty now, I don't think it was there at the beginning, but now they've got a custom setting. So in your graphics settings at the top, you can just scroll through, and it's got the ray tracings. It's got automatic settings for ray tracing. So you don't have to go down into the ray tracing bits or all that. Just at the top, you can go through and you can go straight to overdrive mode, and it automatically sets all the settings for you. So you don't have to, if you're like a bit scared of all the PC settings, like I am. I'm not a PC nerd. I'm not a master race boy. I don't like all the settings. It's too confusing. I don't know what half these things are. But no problem. Hit that little setting at the top, and it automatically puts it into overdrive mode, full ray tracing. Beautiful. Yeah, and so I've been playing that, and then also I played it on my LG TV as well, and that looks amazing. And we'll come to the LG TVs, albeit in 1080p, and I'll come to that. Well, 1920 1080p, full HD, as they say, FHD, and we'll come to that. But again, but with the full ray tracing, and it looked amazing. I had to adjust the gamma slightly on it today because I was in a sort of dark bit. It was really dark. But other than that, it plays and looks really nice. And I've really enjoyed jumping back into the game. I mean, I enjoyed the game, before, and it was all right. But this time there's something, it feels different, ladies and gentlemen. It feels different. Wow. I wasn't planning to go into Cyberpunk in so much detail there quite yet. But look, I want to say hello to everybody in the house. I really appreciate you turning up to come and watch me this evening. Really appreciate it. Remember, hit likes and all of that. 13 people are in the house and there's only 6 likes. What's going on? 7 of you not like it? Or do I have to work harder? Do I have to entertain you? Yeah? Whew. Right, Jack is in the house. Indeed, VIP is in the house. Internet of Games, of course. Thank you very much for the super chat last week, allowing me, encouraging me, as it were, to go and buy Cyberpunk. And I'm so glad I did. So big thank you to you, sir. Cloudbusters 2 right should be a fun one. Everyone's a fun one, but this one's a fun one. Jack's in the house. Yay! IOG's been playing Cyberpunk. Again, still, I think I have a problem. I did play some Meet Your Marker. Meet Your Marker. Here's my marker. Meet Your Maker. Okay. You have a problem? Hey, Crow's in the house. I've been visiting friends, so no opportunity for gaming. Yeah, Easter. It's funny. I get my a Microsoft report of my son's gaming activity, because I had set it, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I still get it. And normally, don't tell his mum, sometimes he's got 23 hours in a day. He says it's just because he's left the computer on, but it's not. Playing for 23 hours in a day. What a bad parent. Anyway, because he's been away on holiday, out, in a little house in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of Cornwall somewhere, basically it's got, when he was at my house last weekend, 23 hours, nothing. And then mysteriously, 17 hours on the Xbox. And I don't understand, because he hasn't got an Xbox outside this house. So I don't quite understand. But yeah, been on holiday, visiting friends with Rellies, 0 activity for 4 days, bless him. He's going to be having withdrawal symptoms when he comes back here. Overdrive mode is pretty darn impressive. Oh, yeah. Hey, Clive, do you think people play Xbox games on GFN due to higher frame rates, with Redfall recently coming out as locked to 30 frames per second on Series? Well, I mean, obviously on Monday, we shall probably be diving into the whole of that in debacle. Can we call it a debacle, the Redfall debacle? I used to sort of not, be one of these people go, 30 frames per second, it's all right, and blah, blah, blah. But I understand it now much, much more. And I think that was then. We were closer to when the majority of the games were, we were used to 30 frames per second and all that kind of stuff. But whoa, I hadn't updated that little that little graphic. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, much appreciated. Wowzer. Anyway, yeah. So I was kind of one of these people. This is going to be fun. Who, you know, wasn't that fussed too much, but in cloud, I do think you did notice it, even though I was fine with it. You know, for people who don't have a PC or struggle or a low res console, but if you've invested in an Xbox Series X or Series S, I think it is because you have a certain expectation. And we're like way into now that generation, the current generation of consoles. Wow, look at these members. Thank you, Struggle Boxing, which is all about, oh, we'll be able to play games at 120 frames per second and all that kind of stuff. So I get it. And I would say an Xbox game, one of their big first party games coming to Xbox, you can't beat about the bush. It's not good enough. Anyway, we'll talk about that. So come join the chat on Monday night. Wow, look at all these. Thank you, Inled. Thank you for these members. Wow, thank you, Jack. I really appreciate it. You guys are making my day today. I'm not one of these. Look at this. It's just amazing. Keep Captain. One of these people that kind of, you know, goes on YouTube. Oh, guys, I really love you guys. Oh, my God, you guys are beautiful. Oh, my God, you're beautiful. Anthony B, you're beautiful, man. I love you. Or like, I've had a really bad time, guys, and I'm not one of these people that kind of express too much emotion on social media or whatever. Fine for those that do. I get it. Not my cup of tea. But, hey, look, I'm genuinely touched by it. So thank you. It means a lot to me. So there you go. I'm a hypocrite. I am being slightly more emotional than I would normally be. But I believe gratitude where gratitude is due. Here we are. Have some gratitude. There we go. Thank you. Right. Anyway, yeah, we'll come to that. But it is interesting, you know, Xbox willy-nilly throwing away these deals, not throwing, you know, doing all these deals. And they did do a deal with GeForce Now. And actually, yeah, the option to play the Xbox PC games, and we know all the first-party games are going to be PC games, and we know they're all going to come to GeForce Now, because that's the deal. If they're not going to be doing, you know, if the console version is not going to deliver, then, yeah, why not be playing it on GeForce Now? So that's a very good point, Suarez. Playing Hood, Shadows, and Legends. And some of the Evil Dead, the game later. I'll tell you what I'm playing later. X Defiant. Yeah? That's what I'm playing. X Defiant. I'm back in the beta. I'm back in the beta. So I played a bit of X Defiant, and my son played it as well, and he really enjoyed it. So there we go. It's going to be so light on GPUs in the next year. Yeah. Can GFN kill off Xbox? I don't know if it'll kill it off. I mean, you know, but yeah. The DLSS 3 frame generation is it is impressive. It is impressive. I was playing, not that it needs it, but somebody asked me, and we'll come to the LG TV stuff in a minute. Somebody asked me about whether you get 120 frames per second on the LGs. Now it does play 120 frames per second. Whether the GeForce Now app does, I wasn't sure. But I fired up Fortnite, and and I put the settings at 120 frames per second, and it was working fine on my LG. Whether my LG was delivering at 120 frames per second, I'm not sure. But normally, it doesn't allow you to change the settings. I would have thought. I'll have to check with LG or GeForce Now what the case is. Right. Just played Rocket League for the first time. Not really my cup of tea, but a nice game to play with the kids, suppose. Yeah, it is. It is a fun game. And it's quite satisfying when you score. But, like, yeah, there's loads of people who are much better. Right. I will come back to you guys. Do not worry. If I missed you on the chat. We'll be coming to that. Quick shout out. 10 memberships. Oh, I didn't realize it's 10, Jack. Oh my gosh. Amazing. You're awesome. Oh, you're awesome. You're awesome, Jack. You are awesome, and it's really appreciated. Thank you. Let's do some news, and then we'll come back, ladies and gentlemen, yeah? No Yoshida today, unfortunately. I was auditioning other newsreaders. I couldn't find any suitable, but yeah, please don't hate on me. I'm sorry. Yoshida will be back, but I'm afraid it's Clive in the studio today. So anyway, Clive, you ready? Over to you. No, that's me. This is me again. Not that Clive. I want the other Clive. This week, GeForce Now is adding 7 new games to its library, including popular titles from Bandai Namco Europe. Yep, Bandai Namco Europe and GFN are now best buddies. Plus, gamers can play them on more devices than ever with native 4K streaming for GeForce Now available on select LG smart TVs. Let's get to it. Hey everyone, and welcome to another GFN Thursday, in a week in which we see GFN announce 7 new games coming to GeForce Now, as I mentioned, including those popular titles from Bandai Namco Europe. Plus, gamers can play them on more devices than ever with native 4K streaming for GeForce Now, as I said, available on select LG smart TVs. That's 4K straight to your TV. Bandai Namco is no stranger to delivering hit games. And since GeForce Now delivers high-performance cloud game streaming, this is making it the ultimate way to play the publisher's high-quality titles. Our collaboration with NVIDIA will allow more players to enjoy Bandai Namco titles like Little Nightmares across their devices, thanks to the power of GeForce Now Cloud, says Anthony McCare, Senior Director of Digital Business and Customer Experience at Bandai Namco Europe. It's the perfect time to jump into the Little Nightmares series, the critically acclaimed puzzle platformer game set in a dark, nightmarish world. Confront childhood fears and help Six, a brave young girl, escape the Maw, a vast, mysterious vessel inhabited by corrupted souls looking for their next meal in Little Nightmares. Then plays Mono, a boy with a paper bag on his head, looking for answers in Little Nightmares 2. With Six, as a guide, face a host of new threats on the way to discover the dark secrets of the Signal Tower. The enhanced edition of Little Nightmares 2 adds an extra layer of eerie realism to what is a super spooky game with RTX on, which Ultimate and Priority members can select after launching the game from Steam. Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2, Get Even, and 1111 Memories Retold are the first of many, yeah, listen to that, the first of many Bandai Namco titles arriving to the cloud this week. But if the truth be owned, I know the one Bandai Namco title I'd like to see: Taiko no Tatsujin the Drum Master! 4K streaming now, and screen time never looks so sharp. Yep, head on over to gaming on the big screen with those LG smart TVs. The gaming shelf on LG 2020 and 2022 TVs, and the game Quick Card on 2023 TVs already prominently feature GeForce Now titles right on the homepage, providing members with effortless discoverability to stream over 1,000 games directly from their LG smart TVs. But to further enhance the user experience for Ultimate members, native 4K streaming through the GeForce Now app is freshly available on select LG 2023 smart TVs, such as the flagship OLED B3, C3, and G3 models. Ultimate members in over 80 supported countries can jump right into their favorite PC titles in pixel-perfect 4K resolution with exclusive access to GeForce Now's fastest servers and 8-hour gaming sessions. Members won't ever need to leave their spot right in front of that LG TV, except maybe they're stuck up on snacks and stuff. I've got an LG Smart TV, sadly not a 2023 version, but a 2022 version, and I have to say, gaming on that, especially through the GeForce Now app, is absolutely awesome. LG Smart TVs feature lifelike picture quality, high refresh rates, so members can enjoy stunning games like Dying Light 2, and Cyberpunk 2077 in 4K. No need for a console, nor worries about hardware requirements on those brand new LG 2023 TVs. It's one of the easiest ways to try out the new ray tracing Overdrive mode update for Cyberpunk 2077, the update of which was launched this week. And it adds full ray tracing, or path tracing, yet that's full ray tracing, further enhancing the visual fidelity of Night City's neon-soaked streets and beyond. The update is available now, so you'll need to upgrade to Ultimate today to check out all the streaming goodness. And man, I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 in its brand new Overdrive mode, courtesy of GeForce Now Ultimate tier, and I'll tell you what, it is stunning. As for new games, there's 7 new games, as we mentioned this week, one of which was not mentioned in the April roundup of games I did in my video previously. If you've not seen that video, check it out. In the shape of Mordau, which is a new release on Epic Games Store, and it's free as of April the 13th. Mordau is a multiplayer medieval hack and slash fighting game developed by independent Slovenian studio Traternion, with a prominent aspect of skill-based competitive play and customization. It features a combat system emphasizing hand-to-hand combat, loosely based on historical techniques such as feints, redirection, and alternative use of weapons. Other features include ranged weapons, siege engines, and mounted combat. The other games are, as I highlighted in my April games for GeForce Now video earlier, we see the arrival this week of D-Exit, Eternal Matters, 1111 Memories Retold, one of the Bandai Namco titles, Canverse, Get Even, and those 2 absolutely cracking Little Nightmares titles. So there you go. That's the GeForce Now Thursday news for this week. As always, thanks for watching, and it's back to Clive in the studio. Clive, back to you. Thanks, Clive. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a roundup of the GeForce Now news. If you didn't see my news earlier, as ever, let me know in the chat what you think, your thoughts on that. And we're going to be talking about the Bandai Namco relationship. This isn't, they've happened to coincidentally have secured a few games from Bandai Namco. This is something slightly bigger. It's Bandai Namco Europe, let's be precise here. So we'll be talking about that, but let me know any games from Bandai Namco that you're particularly interested in or you'd like to see. Let's talk about the LG TVs very briefly. So I checked here on the LG TV site, ladies and gentlemen. You see here. So this is from LG. This is the LG TV site. Compatible LG TVs with NVIDIA GeForce Now. And here to confirm, 2023 TVs, 4K resolution streaming, and then it's got all the key numbers here. Basically, they're C3s. So LG C3 range here. I don't think where it starts. Yeah. So they're Z3 range, but here the G3 range and the C3 range look like they're sort of the main things. But there's quite a lot of models there. And then 2022, which I think is my TV, FHD, full HD streaming there. Now, I'm curious whether they'll ever upgrade this or whether in the 2023 ones, they've just got a better chip. Below is the list of compatible LG TVs. Presently, GeForce Now FHD resolution is available on 20, 21, 22, and 23. High resolution 4K or QHD is available on select 2023 LG TVs, ladies and gentlemen. So not on all TVs, but I'm wondering whether that's because they've rolled it out to that or whether the capability... I noticed in the latest... In the clip I used in the news, they had an A7 clip, and I'm sure they're on a chip, an A7 chip in their TVs. I'm sure they're on A9, and that was a 2023 TV. So I'm wondering whether it's a chip thing or whatever that means that it, at the moment, or whether it's permanently restricted to select 2023 TVs or beyond, or whether they'll be rolling it out to some of the other chips. I'm curious what television processing chip is required to deliver the 4K via GeForce Now. So that'd be interesting. Have you got an LG TV? I mean, I have. I'm so glad I got it, and I've paired it. Obviously now with GeForce Now, it looks great. Anyway, it always looked great. It upscales games amazingly. I used to think I was playing in 4K until somebody pointed it out. No, they don't actually get 4K via the GeForce Now app, and then obviously paired it with my Xbox Series X, and yeah, that's just amazing when you're playing natively on that. So highly, you know, the new Samsung gaming TVs, 120 frames, 120 hertz refresh rate, and the new LG game. If you're lucky enough to get yourself one, or in your need of a new TV, definitely check them out. I mean, they are so good that some people use them as gaming monitors. Seriously, that's how good they are. Or even PC monitors. Right. So the other thing here, a new adventure. The key here is the language. So I saw a few people when it was announced at the beginning of April that Little Nightmares, 1 and Little Nightmares 2 were coming, that 1111 Memories, which is a Bandai Namco game, was coming. I think Get Even. Can't remember that was one. But anyway, that somebody thought, all right, what's up here? Seems a few Bandai Namco titles are coming. And so maybe assumed that, it was a good sign. Well, it is a good sign because the wording here on the blog is, I wish it wouldn't do the highlighting thing. A new adventure with publisher Bandai Namco Europe. A new adventure kicks off this GFN Thursday. Some of its popular titles lead 7 new games joining the cloud. Bandai Namco is no stranger to delivering hit games, and GeForce Now delivers high-performance cloud get you. We know that. Now, it's this quote. So this is a partnership. Yeah, this is a publisher partnership. So, people say, oh, well, there's not enough game. Well, there's not enough of the games I want to play on GeForce Now. And that's, fair enough. And we said that they need to be doing sort of publisher deals. Yeah. Convincing publishers, look, just make it automatic opt-in. Yeah. For all your games, doing the deals with them, convincing them why, like I've said on this show many times, the pros are just opting in your PC game onto GeForce Now right now with the ultimate tier and all that kind of stuff far outweighs the cons of not having your PC game on GeForce Now and basically leaving, as a publisher and developer, leaving money on the table, because that's what you're doing. You're not losing out by ticking a box. You're not somehow being ripped off or having to pay somebody 30% to get your, back, 30% royalty just to have the game on there. No, you get everything. Somebody buys your game, they can play it on their own PC or play it via GeForce Now. It's the same. You get your money. We've said it. We've done it. I've discussed it. There's no reason why you shouldn't be opting in if you're a publisher. Pull yourself together. But some people need it presenting to them, explaining it to them. I can't be there. So GeForce Now have to go out to their publishers and do it. And that's what they've done, ladies and gentlemen. That is what they've done here. And then as a result, our collaboration with NVIDIA will allow more players to enjoy Bandai Namco titles like Little Nightmares across their devices thanks to the power of GeForce Now Cloud. And they've done this deal with Bandai Namco. So the big question is, ladies and gentlemen, what games, apart from that drum game, would we like to see? And I can see one straight away. Well, One Piece Odyssey, that is a big game for the old JRPG fans out there. Came out earlier this year. It's a fun game. Well, the World Odyssey one that came out on, and they're certainly, Bandai Namco were friendly with Stadia. Definitely, we saw some games. But yeah, One Piece Odyssey, that'd be a good game to get, definitely. But there are some obvious games here. Now, it's interesting because they have the rights to the games in some territories. So it's not a case of all their games, I don't think, can necessarily come to GeForce Now, because they only secure the rights to some games in some territories. So other people might have the overarching rights in other territories. And Bandai Namco Europe, for This Is What It Is, have the European distribution rights. So that may be more problematic in getting the game on board. But you've got like Part Beyond, a sim game, part management. We know how your PC gamers love a part management game. PS5, PC, Xbox Series X. Pre-order now, coming out in May. Closed beta test. But Elden Ring, I see. I think Elden Ring is one of those examples. From Software. Could we see Elden Ring? Now that would certainly, I was going to say shut a few people up, but no, that would certainly please a few people. If Elden Ring suddenly came onto GeForce Now. What do we think? Let me know down in the chat whether you think what the chances are of seeing Elden Ring, because I know it's a game that a lot of people have sort of said is one of those conspicuous games that's missing. One of the big games when it came out is missing from the GeForce Now roster. I mean, this is pure speculation based on the fact that this Bandai Namco is a relationship now with GeForce Now. Yeah? I saw them, KISSING, yeah? Sitting in a tree. This is the weird thing, though. You've got like Cyberpunk, so it's certainly different territories. The Cyberpunk version is via Epic Game Store and stuff like that. But yes, come on. Come on. Taiko no Tatsujin reminds me, I haven't done my Duolingo tonight. Must do it. That would be fun. Especially if I could get the compatible drum set. Because I looked up the video to play this. Now I get ads for the compatible drum set. That'd be cool. But let me know in the chat what games you'd like to see. Popular games. Bit brief there, isn't it? Action games. Whiz through those. This was a game that was on Stadia, I seem to remember. Star Trek Prodigy and the DreamWorks ones. Weren't they via outright games, actually? This is what the curious thing. I wonder what rights they have as opposed to other people. Dragon Ball Breakers. Ball Breakers. One Piece. More One Piece. My Hero. Another game that was on... and I think it's thanks to Bandai, was on Stadia. Now, this is the one that was on Stadia. One Piece World Seeker. Fighting games. Tekken. JRPG. Peppa Pig. It might already be on there. And of course, coming up the end of the month, we know. So this is all part. So we certainly, these are, I can't distinguish between which games are likely to come and which aren't. But we know the Dark Pictures anthology is coming at the end of the month. And I'm certainly looking forward to playing that. Lord Kendall may do some long streams on these. The Devil in Me, Man of Medan, Little Hope, and House of Ashes, we know are all coming. Management games, music dance, Taiko no Tatsujin, Tatsujin, Drum Master. Yeah, see these outright games, you see, they Project Cars. But there's certainly Pac-Man, Megatunnel, shooters. There's loads. Now, as I say, not all of them. Strategy. Next releases. Oh, Katamari. Reroll. Park and Beyond. Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a little run through. I'm not saying all of the games are coming. I think there are reasons why some of them won't come, because I'm not sure who has the sort of... I think some of the rights they have in here are sort of sub-licenses, sort of territorial distribution rather than global distribution. That may be an issue. But this is a good partnership, I reckon. Bandai Namco Europe. You know, they funnel the games from Japan, and they're not solely a conduit for the games from Japan. They're also a conduit for other games in Europe and stuff like that. So good to see. Looking forward to that. Let me know in the chat anyway. And of course, don't forget Mordau here. I've already gone and got it. Hard to believe I won the English prize at school. Jeez. It's already in my library there because it's 100% off. I love that. 100% off. It's $23.79, ladies and gentlemen. $23.79. 100% off. Get it now. Sale ends the 20th. You've got a week. A week to get it. I don't know. I might not play it. But it's a way of building up my PC game library without filling up my PC, of course, because I don't download them. I just get it, and then it's ready to play on GeForce Now when I'm ready to play it. But I might dive into that. It looks kind of fun. Might do a stream. Get Lord Kensal to do a stream. Lord Kensal plays Mordau. Of course, he is a real lord. If you've not seen the video, Lord Kensal is a genuine lord. Lord of... Genuine lord. I'm just checking his lordship. Bear with me. Dunan's Castle. He's a look. You won't be able to see it. Deed of Entitlement. Lord Kensal of Dunan's Castle. It's a real lord. Real lord. Yeah, real lord. Lord Kensal of Dunan's Castle. Real place as well. So, yeah, Lord Kensal. I've showed that. It's so funny, but it's true. Oh, I don't want to... Oh, we'll sort that out later. Oh, I don't want to bend my certificate. Lord Kensal's certificate of Deed of Entitlement. Anyway, Lord Kensal may be playing Mordau later. Is it Mordhau or Mordau? Anyway, so definitely be checking that out. Right, that's LG TVs. That's that. Right, let's dive into the chat, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Sorry, I lost my little... What's it? Chat, of course, disappears as it does. It's built into Phantom Litty. Need to try it on NVIDIA Shield soon. Yeah, they need to update that. Need 120 for cloud gaming. Plays well on phone and PC. NVIDIA Shield only does 60. Looks good on big TV, though, does Shield. Yeah, well, the LG app, the native apps on the LG TV, and as I understand it, the native app on the Samsung do look very impressive, ladies and gentlemen. Putting his deed there back. There's all Jack there. Whoops. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's go. Right, there we are. Where we are. Thanks for exposing all the lurkers. Yeah. Jack is he's an awesome guy, Jack. No question about it, mate. No question about it. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the membership. Good day for Bandai Namco. I've made myself a promise to buy Elden Ring on Steam if they bring it to GFN, even though I won't even beat a boss. People's Club. Oh, my God. I am having trouble. I think I've given up on Wolong on the first boss. I tried and tried and tried. It's so frustrating. And I'm so close that it makes you just want to come back. But I just saw my life ebbing away. I will do it, but I'm not sure eternity has long enough. So goodness knows what Elden Ring's going to be like. But definitely the People's Club. Definitely. Great title, though. On LG, repeatedly press the green button on your smart remote and it will display the resolution and frequency of the input. Yeah. If you are in, I was trying it today. If you tap the settings button, it automatically comes up with the game settings, but that's only if you've got a console plugged in. It doesn't work with with an app, which is a bit annoying, a bit random. So you have to go into the sort of slightly more convoluted way, go to the screen settings and check. But yeah, it had a handy one tap button and it automatically sort of beautiful HUD came up at the bottom, from the bottom of the screen, like my hands there, and would tell you frame rates and all of that. And then you tap it again and it goes away. So there we go. It is cool, Clive. Thank you. The new Street Fighter and Resident Evils will come to GFN soon. I hope so. I'd love Street Fighter. Yeah, I hope so. How much are these LG? Well, unfortunately, the fancy ones, $1,000 plus. They're not the cheap ones. Yeah, Airbus is £1,000. That's right. It's not cheap. I could say I was lucky, but I was not lucky because it was inheritance. So that's not really lucky because it means somebody died. But I came into some money, put it that way, last year. And so I thought, I'll treat myself. I needed an upgrade. My old TV was, I don't know, 6-7 years old. So I treated myself. But they're not, they're not cheap. But if you are fortunate enough to be in a position or you feel they can justify it, then yeah, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, $2,000. Anywhere between £1,000 and £2,000, depending which one you get. I'll stick to PC connection to TV then, yeah. Yeah, your next TV, definitely. The B3. Oh, let me just check whether the B3 models. I'll check with you here. C3, B3, and A3, the QNEDs, the OLEDs, and the QNEDs. The OLED A3 and the B3 goes down. So this is the 2023 TVs. Yeah, let me just get one of these. Let's write them out. OLED 55A3. Yeah, actually, so look, just under £1,000. Just under £1,000. 55-incher, 900 quid at Curry's. Is this the most up-to-date one? It's a 55. Oh, no, it's 55C. Oh well, C1. That's not what you want. But anyway, check them out. My TV's about 8 years old. Still a few years in it. Yeah, but depends. Like I do enjoy playing now. Partnering up with the Xbox Series X, being able to play, GeForce Now on it. Well, not in 4K as yet, but 120 frames per second, hopefully, all of that. 2025 sounds like a good year to buy a TV. Ultra wide next for me. Yeah, I'm tempted with an ultra wide monitor. I've got two 28-inch monitors, one in front of me here and one right here. And I use it for work. Too much real estate? I don't know. It'd be nice to have one beautiful long. But my desk, I've got a beautiful leather desk that I ages ago. And I want to upgrade the desk. I don't really want to get rid of this desk because it's a quality investment. But it comes with a set of drawers. So it means I sit to one left of my desk in a bit of an old-fashioned way rather than centrally. And a nice ultra curve would be better if I sat centrally. But I don't want to get rid of the little set of drawers. Anyway, there we are. Crazy thing, in 1923, you couldn't even buy a retail television. 1923, they were just launching TV for the first time. Not even that. Crazy. By 2025, I should be more confident about going down GFN route rather than Steam Deck one. Decoder Hevec 4K 120, AV1 4K 60. Yeah, with the AV decoder and stuff, it's going to make, you know, easier for these TV processors process the picture and the video. 1440p is available too. TV app sucks. What, your GeForce Now TV? It's all right for me. It's okay for me. It might need AV1 hardware decoding support. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jack. That's what we were thinking. Makes sense. Started surprisingly early. Decoding started surprisingly early. Okay, here we go. Jack says LG TVs have actually supported AV1 hardware coding since 2020. There we go. Locking VSync on TV app seems to help, but the PC app 120 is too good to go back. Yeah, absolutely. Yoshida's in the house. Good to see you. NVIDIA did human relations. Tekken 8, yes. Yoshida's there. Did you go to school in Kenya, though, right? Talking of establishment, don't forget your photo voter. Oh, yes. Yes. For voting. I got my driving. I got my passport. I'm good. Shield is getting an update. Trouble is, Shield needs a hardware. I think Shield needs a hardware update, really, nowadays, don't you? It's getting a bit old. Internet of Games. Getting the love from Yoshida there. Much appreciated. Oh, Caseball. Yes, I did talk about it slightly earlier. And somebody raised I think it was Suarez raised the issue about, you know, whether with the Xbox PC games coming to GeForce Now, whether people will opt to play the Xbox PC games on GeForce Now via the Xbox app, but via Xbox. Well, you know what I mean? Xbox PC games via GeForce Now. If your console, you know, it's your third-party game or first-party game is coming to your big current-gen console that boasts 120 frames per second, and it's only at 30 frames per second. Don't worry. Do not worry. This will be being discussed at length on Xbox Monday Night Chat. Believe me. It is definitely up for the conversation there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. So there we go. Where do we rate the GeForce Now news this week? We've had a couple, I'd say 2 or 3 quiet weeks. Arguably, some might say disappointing weeks. And although we knew the announcement of the April games that included some Bandai titles, we didn't quite know the extent of the relationship. You know, for all intensive purposes, it could have been some random games just from their collection coming. But it seems to be more than that. Officially, both from Bandai Namco spokesperson and NVIDIA themselves, it seems to be an established relationship to bring more Bandai Namco games to GeForce Now. So that, I think, makes this week one of the better weeks from the last few weeks for GeForce Now IMO. Yeah. Also, rumors that NVIDIA will white label GFN for Sony PC games. Now, that is an interesting rumor, Caseball. Are we prepared to elaborate on this source? A friend of a friend? A person I met down the pub? What is it? Because that indeed would be very, very Intriguing. Rumbelows. Oh my gosh. Internet of Games. There's a blast from the past. I used to rent my TVs from Rumbelows. I'm sure I did. Yeah, my first TV in my first flat when I left home. Left home or got kicked out? We'll never know. Left home. Was a big 32-inch CRTV. Oh my God, it took up half the room. Took up half the flat. Yeah, or for my American friends, half the apartment. But I was so happy of it. You know, was what, 20 quid, 30 quid a month, 20 quid a month? Can't have been that much. That's a lot of money back then. 20 quid a month to rent. Because you couldn't afford to buy a TV, but you could afford to rent one from Rumbelows. Yeah. God, that is a... Am I right there? Anyway, that is a blast from the past. That is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, on that nostalgic blast from the past, all I can say is absolutely arigato gozaimasu. What a wonderful, wonderful evening it was tonight. Wonderful to see you all in chat. Wonderful to see you contributing to chat. A massive arigato gozaimasu. In fact, what I should do, I got it here, is we should do this. Will it work? Not sure whether that worked, but you'll let me know. Yeah, Radio Rentals, that's it. That's where I got it from. Anyway, a big, if you can hear that, you can hear that. A big shout out to Jack, the wonderful Jack DeSlip, for getting memberships for everybody. I really appreciate it. It's lovely to see so many people grab them memberships. Why not indeed? And that means I'm going to have to do... yes, snob, exactly. I think mine was Radio Rentals. I'm going to have to do an exclusive membership video now, which I was going to do anyway, to say thank you and to update you with all the exciting things that have been going on behind the scenes and all of that. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining in the chat. Thank you for the memberships and all of that. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Join me, if you would be so wonderful, for the Xbox Monday Night Chat, where we shall be talking about Redfall, 30 frames per second indeed, at length and all of that. And on that wonderful, wonderful note, hey, have a great one. Thank you. Jenny!